5 toes feel necessary. The pinky almost isn't. Why is it still here? Look down at your foot. Wiggle the smallest toe. That little knob has almost no muscle, barely any range of motion, and contributes less than 1% of the force you push off with when you walk. You could lose it tomorrow and your gait wouldn't change. So why is it still there? The answer is 6 million years old, and it's hiding in the trees. When biomechanics labs put humans on pressure-sensitive plates and measure the force going through each toe during a normal walking step, the results are blunt. The big toe, the hallux, carries about 40% of the toe load. The second toe takes around 25%. The third and fourth split most of the rest. By the time you reach the fifth toe, the pinky, the pressure plate registers under 5%. In some subjects it registers basically nothing at all. Push off, the explosive moment at the end of a stride, comes almost entirely from the big toe and the ball of the foot behind it. Surgeons who amputate a pinky toe for medical reasons, frostbite, cancer, severe deformity, report something striking in follow-up studies. Patients walk normally within weeks. No limp, no noticeable loss of speed, no measurable change in balance during everyday standing. From a pure walking machine standpoint, the human foot would work fine with 3 toes, maybe even with 2. So evolution didn't keep the pinky because it helps you walk. Evolution kept it because it used to do something else entirely. "6 million years ago, the ancestors of modern humans were not walking on the ground full-time. They were climbing. The split between the human lineage and the chimpanzee lineage happened around 6 to 7 million years ago, and for most of that time our ancestors lived in trees, the same way chimps and bonobos still do today. Look at a chimpanzee foot. It doesn't look like a foot. It looks like a second hand. The big toe sticks out sideways like a thumb so it can grip branches, and the 4 outer toes, including the smallest one, curl inward to wrap around limbs. Every toe, including the pinky, was load-bearing. Each one helped lock the foot onto a branch so the animal didn't fall. When our ancestors started walking upright, around 4 million years ago with Australopithecus afarensis, the species Lucy belonged to, the big toe rotated forward and lost its grip function. The outer toes shortened and straightened. But the genetic blueprint for 5 toes was already locked in, written into the developmental code billions of cells used to build a fetus. Evolution doesn't tear things down. It modifies what's already there. There are 3 independent fingerprints that prove the pinky toe is a leftover from arboreal life. The first is the fossil record. The Laetoli footprints in Tanzania, pressed into volcanic ash about 3.6 million years ago, show the toes of upright walking hominins already shortened, already aligned forward, but still 5 in number. The transition was halfway done even then. The second is genetic. Modern humans share the same Hox-D gene cluster that controls digit number with every other tetrapod: mice, lizards, frogs. That cluster builds 5 digits by default. Reducing the count requires active mutation, and no mutation pressure ever showed up on the pinky because losing it didn't kill anyone. The third is comparative anatomy. The bones of the 5th toe, the metatarsal, and the 3 small phalanges are demonstrably shrinking across the hominin record. Neanderthal 5th metatarsals are larger than ours. Australopithecus 5th metatarsals are larger still. The pinky has been getting smaller for 4 million years, and given another million, it will probably be smaller again. It's a vestige caught mid-disappearance, still riding along because no force in nature has yet bothered to delete it. That's why your pinky toe is still there, a 6 million year leftover from when our ancestors gripped branches with their feet. Subscribe to Curious Science for more curious body answers like this one. Tomorrow, why the ocean is blue, and why the answer is different from why the sky is blue.